Zohran Mamdani has announced he wants to implement government-owned supermarkets in New York City. He's literally trying to implement communism in New York. What is wrong with him? Seen on Fox News. So, if you could believe it or not, that's actually not what Zohran Mamdani is suggesting. It's actually a from End Wokeness. Yeah, Jack Posobiec, the Nazi. So yeah, you definitely believe anything that comes from this fucking moron. No, as he explains very eloquently in this video, he's talking about how there should be government-owned grocery chains, and not that the government. It's inaccurate. The city is going to own the grocery chains and provide grocery supermarkets for everywhere in the city, off on the taxpayers' dime. So you want to know, because this has already been done in America, you want to know where that's been already done? In a funny little place called, I think, Baldwin, Florida? That's a little weird. A small Florida town in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Florida? Florida's communist now? That's a little weird. The reason for that is because private chains all left that town because they weren't making a profit. Damn. Who would have thought that for essential services that it's actually really bad to have profit incentives? So literally the one final small supermarket that remained got taxpayer dollars, was bought out by the city and is now maintained by taxpayer dollars, and it's like a local supermarket that is sustained by the local community of mostly old white people who should be deathly afraid of communism. But this is essentially the same policy that Zohran here is suggesting, but in New York City, which is based.
Grocery prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the course of a day depending on what they can get away with.
Dude, this is the same shit that, I just bought cheese, and there's random prices on it.
It doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zohran Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce.
Yep.
We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores.
I can't believe that this is government-owned communism. Grr. Angry and bad. I hate this.
Whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging. These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent, and will pass on those savings to you. Grocery price.
Crazy. So, leveraging one of the largest cities in the world, New York City, which has a very big tax base, very large, because, a lot of people live there, using those taxes to have locally run and owned grocery chains to overall lower the prices on groceries. Because guess what? And this is a thing that happens all the time in Canada, constantly. Third time this has happened in it's the fifth time this has happened in 3 years in Canada. We've had grocers price gouging. It's Loblaws, I believe. Loblaws is price gouging based on meat. So they put random weights of meat within the packaging, but still upcharge you for the complete just random the complete random weights of meat within the packaging. So, with the purpose of obviously making more of a profit. And I wouldn't be surprised. No Frills is trending right now in Canada. This is another grocery chain. What's the likelihood that, guess what, they got price gouging? Because it's been a huge problem in Canada for a while. Is grocers price gouging everybody? Because again, a lot of the regulators that are used to, regulate this shit got deregulated by the Harper government. So without the regulations in place, guess what the grocery store chains are going to do? Well, they're just going to jack up the prices and see what they get away with. Also, along with inflation that happened as a result of COVID, and broadly speaking, everyone was affected by that inflation, there was also a large increase in a lot of the caps of I was going to say rent, but that's not exactly correct. A lot of increase in the prices of groceries happened throughout the country because the grocery chains knew that, well, we can just kind of get away with it. So, for example, something like this would stop that from happening. Because guess what? Now the city are the ones who own the grocery chains, and there is no private profit incentive needed to run those chains. So they're just not going to charge you whatever prices they think they can get away with to basically screw you from being able to pay groceries. Also, welcome back, Zoppy. So objectively speaking, this is based, fully encourage Zohran Mamdani. You live in New York, you should vote for him. Because I anticipate he probably has a lot of other fantastic policies like this to, well, essentially make your life, well, easier. Let's be honest. Isn't keeping grocery prices a boon for the economy? It would give people more discretionary income. An excellent point, Boy Meets Mini. What a great point. Again, for some reason, conservatives, they're like really bad at capitalism, okay? How does the system work? You want to take money and have it flow constantly through the system. This is the problem with giving tax cuts to the rich. If you give them tax cuts, which again, the Trump tax cuts, who does it majority benefit? The rich. What are they going to do with all that extra money? They're not going to put it within the economy. They don't need to buy anything. Not really. They're going to put it in offshore accounts in like the Cayman Islands or wherever the fuck, to be honest. Put it into like the Cayman Islands or whatever. And other locations, other places. And they're basically just going to be like, well, instead of investing it into, well, businesses, mostly crypto now, doesn't surprise me, or buying up like other companies or what. Like there's 17 different trillion things that these companies tend to do in order to, well, jack up prices. Otherwise, you know, they never buy like average stuff. There's a reason why, in terms of if you want to care about stimulating the economy, giving tax cuts to the poor, middle class, you give them like, I don't know, say like $1,000. You know what they're going to do? They're going to use that to pay down their bills. They're going to use that to pay down debt. They're going to use that to buy stuff. It's going to circulate more money through the economy. It's going to exchange hands because that's the basis of how this the current economic system is supposed to work. Money circulating and changing hands constantly. You give money to the rich, to corporations. That circulation doesn't happen. It causes well, stagflation. Conservatives also don't get that COVID plus invasion of Ukraine was used as leverage by private equity to price gouge. Exactly. Yep. Who owns those grocery chains? Exactly. Yeah, a lot of private equity firms like Blackwater and shit are the people who own grocery chains now because they can't turn enough of a profit. So you know what private equity does? They buy it when it's like on a fire sale, cut all the losses, cut out like a ton of staff, and make a huge profit from doing as such. So, you know, if you guys pretend to care about the economy and like literally everything that you propose and talk about has the exact opposite effect. It honestly makes everything stagnant and inflationary. It's incredible. We all know that tax cuts to the rich are inherently inflationary. Because what? You expect the money to trickle down from the rich to you? Ha! Yeah, right. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's all about for fighting wokeness, let's be honest. Well, anywho, I mean, conservatives, they don't know how the economy works, or they don't care to know, because honestly, most of the people that say shit like this are dumb fuck millionaires who get paid by billionaires to just spew random nonsense into the ether. It's nonsense. Vote for Zohran Mamdani.